Highlands junior high school football time this afternoon from South Union Stadium, the home of the Mustangs. It's the 1991 season finale as the Laurel Highlands 7th and 8th graders take on their crosstown rivals, the Uniontown Red Raiders. Well, hi again, everyone. I'm John Kazarek, voice of the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, and alongside me this afternoon, Bob Baker will be handling the filming of this afternoon's ball game with Mark Edwards helping with the stats. We hope that the parents and the players, coaches, and friends all enjoy this afternoon's contest, as I know we're going to enjoy putting it together here for you this bright, sunny October afternoon. Just a beautiful day. Temperatures in the low 60s, a lot of sunshine and ideal football playing conditions. Let's take a look at these two ball clubs and give you some idea just how they got to where they are. First of all, for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, Coach Andy Abraham, Mark John, Carmen Grego, and Bob Beener lead this ball club here this afternoon, and overall this team comes in with a record of 3-1, having defeated Tri-Valley North and Tri-Valley South, and also a big 36-0 whitewash of Redstone. Their only loss came at the hands of a very good Connellsville West ball club, 16-12, a ball game that easily could have gone our way, a ball game that statistically we dominated, but a couple of defensive breakdowns cost us some big touchdown plays. On the other side of the coin, Coach Bill Broda, who has been with the Uniontown program for more than 25 years, unable to be here this afternoon because of an illness the other day, and Coach Jerome Florkovich will be handling all of the play calling and substituting here this afternoon for Uniontown. This is a combined ball club between the Lafayette and Ben Franklin ball club, and their record is 3-2 coming into today's finale, having lost to Connellsville East and Connellsville West. Very quickly, let's take a look at the starting lineup. First of all, for the Uniontown Red Raiders, in the middle, it'll be number 57, Kevin Olick. The left guard, number 52, Chad Victor. It'll be Marvin Wright, an 8th grader, number 50 at right guard. Tommy Hess, number 61, and Jack Cherby, number 74, the tackles. Adam Kelly is your tight end. Jimmy Carter will be a split end to the right side. Chris Guest, number 79, will back up. Both the tight ends and the split end also will play some along the line. Number 12, Bobby Showman, will be your quarterback. They've got some speed and ability in the backfield. It'll be Chris Richardson, number 28, at the tailback. Cliff Tracy, number 71, up front is the lead back. He'll be your fullback out of the eye. Oliver Scott will back them up, and your flanker, Javon Waller. Let's take a look now at the 7th and 8th grade squad for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. First of all, in the middle, number 52, Josh Grant, 7th grader. He'll be your starting center. Left guard, number 60, Larry Sweats, also a 7th grader. The left tackle is Mike Capone, number 71, a 7th grader. On the right side, 8th grader Chris Pierce, number 65. He is the middle linebacker, leads this team defensively. Number 70, big kid, strong kid, will be the right side tackle, Brad McClellan, an 8th grader. Your tight end, he's a big one, 6'2", just a 7th grader, number 88, Mike Bosnick. The split end will be Arian Burrell, number 86, a speedster. He's number 86, he's an 8th grader. He'll alternate out there a good bit with Brian Steele, number 81. Steele also an 8th grader. We are hurt somewhat, in fact significantly, at that wideout position. Young Brian Gatus went down with a collarbone break last week in gym class. Brian will not be here today, is on the sideline with his arm in a sling. Starting quarterback, outstanding season for the young man, number 12, 8th grader Wes Edwards. Now here's the strength, along with Edwards, of this ball club in the backfield position. Tailback Chris Baker has broke several big ones this year. He's an 8th grader, number 34, with good breakaway speed. Roberto Franks, tough inside runner, good speed, strong kid, an 8th grader. He's number 20. Scott Brain, number 22, rounds out that starting backfield. Scott, an 8th grader. So between Edwards, Baker, Franks, and Brain, you have one of the premier 8th grade backfields in the area, and they are capably backed up by John Anderson and Jason Palermo. We have had the toss of the coin, and LH has won the toss. They have elected to receive and will defend the goal to our left. The Uniontown Red Raiders in the maroon and white will kick off to our right, and doing the kicking for Uniontown will be Chris Richardson. Deploying deep in the center, it will be Chris Baker, standing at about the 10. Arian Burrell in front of him at about the 15. And across the way on the far side, it'll be number 22, Scott Brain. So we're set to go. Glad you're with us. Glad we could put this one together for the final game of the 1991 junior high season. Richardson gets the whistle, and here we go. Kick is away. It's going to be high, straight down the middle. Burrell will take it at the 15. He's across the 20, 25, 30, has a crease, comes out to the 35-yard line, and is cut down right there. Fine tackle by number 74, Jack Cherby. So LH will put it in play with relatively good field position, the nose of the football touching the 35-yard line. Again, that line will show Grant in the middle with Sweats and Pierce at the guards. McClellan and Gapone are your tackles. Wes Edwards coming out, changing the ball, and the officials say no way. We're going to play with the one out here right now. So Edwards will huddle his ball club back at the 25-yard line. Mustangs come out. Josh Grant leads them out, and the officials will hold him back one more time. First down and 10 at the 35, just underway. Final game of the 1991 junior high school season. And they've got to relocate him the other way. A little bit of confusion here. Okay, we're finally set to go. So LH, good field position as they start their first drive of the night. Clock running just underway at the 7:50 mark. Laurel goes wide to the left side. Brain and Franks are in the slot, so we've got a double slot. Trip wide outs to the left side. Edwards under center. Long count. Going to pitch back to the right side. And this looks like Pierce, a converted guard, going back to a tailback position, and he crosses the 45. And Pierce picking up about 11 and might have the first down. Up to make the stop, number 28, Chris Richardson, and a gain on the play of about 12. So, Mark, we're going to have to put Pierce in there. First time we have seen Chris as a running back here this year. Pierce normally a starting guard and doubles up as a defensive linebacker, but he picks up 12, and the Mustangs have their first down of the night. Sideline to the right, wide side left now. Conventional full house backfield with two tights. Bosnick, the tight end, set right. Edwards. Fake, second handoff. Here's Baker crossing midfield, and he will roll to the 46-yard line in a gain of about 8. And again, Richardson makes the stop. So Chris Baker hitting hard up off the right side, second back through on a nice handoff. That time Edwards fake to the up back. Franks cutting through, slipped it to Baker, and Chris takes it ahead for 8 yards, crossing midfield to the 46-yard line. Call it second down now and 2. Clock yet running at the 7:09 mark. LH taking the opening kickoff. They have driven now to 1 first down. And again, conventional set, two tights, full house backfield, power I, strong to the right side. Edwards under center. He'll sprint out right side, slip it off inside, and Franks has the first down. We got a flag coming in, very possibly a face mask right here. Up from the secondary is Schauman along with Tracy to make the stop. And I think you're going to get an incidental face mask call here, but they're going to step it off as a major one. So 15 yards, give Franks on the carry about 5 yards and a first down. Put on 15 more and make it now a first down and 10 at the 25. So LH on the move. Couple of quick hitters inside. Grant comes out over the football. This time Burrell will go wide to the left. Scott Brain will go into the slot. Edwards under center. Long count. Going to roll to the left side. Wants to put it up and does. Fires complete to Burrell. He's to the 20. He's to the 15, and he is on his way for a touchdown. Great downfield block. Brian Steele is peeled back at the 5-yard line, and Burrell takes it in from 25 yards out. No flag on the play. Fine throw by Edwards as he hooked up with Burrell on the score, and it comes at the 6:27 mark of the opening quarter. So Laurel Highlands wastes no time getting on the board. 25-yard pass, Edwards to Burrell. Mustangs will go for 2, of course. And very few high school teams or junior high teams, rather, will kick from placement. I've seen Connellsville a couple years do it. Wide out set to the right side. Edwards is going to roll that way. Sets up, fires to the flat, and in and out of the hands of Brain. He was well covered at the goal line, so the pass falls incomplete. And as the teams go up the field, 6:26 to go, opening quarter, LH on top, 6-0. 6-0, wasting little time. Just a shade over a minute and a half to get on the board as McClellan will tee it up. Richardson, I believe, is standing center deep for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Brad McClellan, multiple sport athlete, fine basketball player, also a good baseball player. Hits it high and hits it straight down the middle. Richardson will take it at the 20. Running room 25-30. He's got a crease, and he breaks to the 35. He's on his feet to the 40, and McClellan will get to him at the 42-yard line. And at the bottom of the pile for LH. And Mark, I think we had some trouble getting number 31. Okay, that's A.J. Wilson on the stop. Okay, Wilson on the stop, and it will be first down and 10 at the 42-yard line. I want to thank both coaches, Andy Abraham and Coach Florkovich. We were on the phone the last 2 nights trying to straighten out these rosters, and appreciate the time they gave me. First down and 10 now. Kevin Olick comes out over the football. Bobby Showman is your quarterback. Two tights, full house backfield, power eye strong to the right side. Showman under center is going to slip it up inside, and that's Tracy, and he is ridden down hard right at the line of scrimmage. And as they untangle, Roberto Franks, the nose tackle, Chris Pierce right there with him, so no gain. Call it now second down 4 in running back positions, not something you're normally going to see. Again, full house with two tights. LH going with a 5-man front, 3 down linemen, 2 stand-up defensive ends. And Schauman is going to go to the second back. Richardson slips by 1, slips by 2, but he is finally pinned down as Baker comes up from the corner to make the hit. Slipping a nice tackle at the 40 and turned what would have been a 2-yard loss into about a yard and a half gain. Baker coming up quickly from the corner to make the stop. Gain of a yard. We'll call it third down now. You've got 9 to go. 4:54 on a running clock. LH leading it here 6-0. And Uniontown staying very conventional. Very conservative offensive set. Showman has a left guard move. That'll cost him 5. Dead ball foul will cost the Raiders 5, and that will bring up third down now in about 14. They penalize the Raiders 5 back inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. Call it third down now and 13. Try and set that defense for you. Roberto Franks is in as your nose tackle. It looks as if Mike Bosnick, one of the defensive ends, and Mark, I'm glad you got 31 for us. A.J. Wilson evidently is out there as one of the starters along the defensive line, a number we did not have earlier in the week. So it'll be third down and a passing situation, and it'll go slot and the split wide receiver right. Showman is going to roll right, gets by the corner. He's got running room. He's to the 40, cuts upfield. He's to the midfield stripe and on his way. He's to the 40 and out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Poor job of tackling by the Mustangs. They had him at the line of scrimmage and downfield about 10 yards, but he stepped out of there and picked up a good 20, 25 yards on the play and spotted now at the 35-yard line. It'll be first down and 10. Raiders pick up their initial first down of the night, and a fine play by their quarterback, Schauman. Once he got outside, he had the room. Clock stopped at the 4-minute mark, and I know Coach Abraham not real pleased with that one. He had Uniontown right where he wanted him, third and long on their side of the 50. But the penetration and coverage broke down along the right side. Showman under center. Now they shift. Stay with the eye, and it's going to be the second back, Richardson. He might have the corner. He is going to be tracked down by Wilson after a short gain. Nice job. Brain comes up to lend a hand, but I'll tell you, give all the credit in the world to A.J. Wilson, number 31, as he was the man who came up and made the hit and spotted now at the 32-yard line. Short gain on the play. Call it second down and 8. Quarter moving right along. Of course, they just go with 8-minute quarters. So this ball game will move quickly. Second down now and about 8. Ball spotted at the 30, we'll call it the 33. They'll go slot right, wing right now as Javon Waller splits out. I formation set. Richardson dots the I. They'll pitch and they'll go that way. Scott leading the blocking. Pierce penetrates. He can't get to him. Finally cut down after a short gain. Trying to get the number across the way. Arian Burrell up from the secondary, number 86. Made the collaring tackle. Gain of about a yard. It'll be third down now. We'll call it 7. Clock continues to run at the 2:57 mark. Touchdown pass. Edwards to Burrell, 25-yarder. The difference in the ball game to this point. Big defensive play for LH again. And going to be late. They got to hustle getting out of here. Grant checking in. Bosnick better come with a hurry. You're going to get a delay of game here very shortly. He's got to come to the sideline and gets out of there just in time. Third down and 7. Showman. Inside handoff, fakes. Now he wants to throw it. Pierce is coming, can't get him. And finally a second shot, he'll get him. Pierce did not give up. Pierce and Baker coming. Baker on a blitz from the right corner. And Pierce had him first, slipped out of that tackle. Baker had a shot at him, couldn't put him away. And then it was Pierce again getting into the action, and the Raiders will take timeout. So there's timeout on the field. We're looking at 4th and 20 And with 2:14 to go, we've got a 6-0 ball game. We'll be right back. Hey, on 4th down, and evidently the Raiders are going to go for it. You're looking at 4th and about 19. Showman under center, long count, and he is going to throw. Sets up, fires, incomplete. Try to get it to Richardson, and well covered. A.J. Wilson was right on the play. Pass ball's incomplete. LH will take over, 1st down and 10. For 1st down and 10 after Uniontown gave it up on downs at the 43-yard line. Edwards on a pitch. Here comes Baker. Cuts it to 40. He's to the 45. Loses the football and gets back on it. Yes. Chris Baker got on it and give him 10 yards on the carry. Baker coughed it up, lost it, got it back, and lost it a second time. But good hustle by Chris as he was able to get to it just before Richardson dove in. So good effort by Baker. Give him 11 yards and a 1st down. Mustangs moving now to their 4th 1st down. They have dominated here in the opening quarter, and we have moved now to the 140 mark. That's got to be a penalty. LH wasn't set, and a quick toss outside. Nobody there, and the ball lost but covered by LH back at the 50. It'll be 2nd down now, and we'll call it about 13. For the football comes Josh Grant. LH got away with one right there, I think. In fact, they fumbled on their last 2 plays. They're going to run a reverse. Here it comes to Laurel, and he runs right into Showman, who was blocked nicely on the play. Roberto Franks peeled back and hit him, but as the play developed, no fault of Roberto, no fault of Burrell, as the play just blocked Showman right into it, and a huge loss will bring up 3rd down now and 20. Burrell on the carry, loses about 7. This could be and probably will be the final play of the quarter. We're down to 20 seconds and counting as Edwards leads them out. Not a passing set right here. He's got 2 tights and a full house backfield. West under center, long count, and I'll tell you right now, Uniontown came across, no question about it, but you may have had the right side of that line move for LH. They may well have been drawn off. Evidently not. Looked as if the Mustangs had just a little movement on that right side. So the penalty will make it 3rd and 15, and LH may not get this one off. They're back in the huddle with 6 seconds and counting, and that'll do it. We've come to the end of the opening quarter here, South Union Stadium, the home of the Mustangs, 7th and 8th grade junior high school football. It's LH 6 and Uniontown now, and we'll call it 16 as LH has the ball at the 48-yard line. Edwards under center. Has a man in the slot to the left side. And back to throw. Wesley looks, sets up, going to fire deep downfield. Has Steele open in and out of his hands at the 10-yard line. Fine throw as Wes aired it out. And Steele well covered. Just about made the spectacular catch. The ball just off his fingertips inside the 15-yard line. So a fine throw by Edwards. And that'll bring up 4th down. Will do the punting. The line of scrimmage is the 49, and now we're going to get a charge timeout. Yes, LH will take timeout. 7:53 to go. Down and 15. LH will kick it away. McClellan at the 38-yard line will hit this one across the 40. Richardson is the lone safety. Slow snap, and he's going to be lucky to get it out of here, and he does. Fine kick, fair catch. Richardson lost the football, and let's see the call. He fumbled the fair catch, and I don't understand this one at all. Fair catch call, and he fumbled the football. And why not a Mustang turnover right here? If I'm Andy Abraham, I want clarification on this. First down and 10 now. Raiders with it. And Richardson has moved in as the quarterback, so watch for a halfback pass here. Showman is your tailback, and Richardson rolling. Has a man downfield deep. Sets up, going to fire. This one's up for grabs and should be picked off, and is. Steele at the 40, 35-30. He's at the 25, cuts at the 20. He may go and will go. Ryan Steele will take it down the left sideline. 40-yard INT for the touchdown. Thrown up for grabs as they had good pressure on the quarterback, and Steele playing center field, so to speak, as the free safety, just drifted over. The only question, I think, was that was such a sure interception. That's the kind that you worry about dropping. Drop it, he did not. He scampered untouched down the sideline. We'll set it about 40 to 45 yards, and LH is on the board one more time, leading in this ball game now at the 7:09 mark by the count of 12-0. The Mustangs, of course, will go for two. I'm sure that'll make his dad, Dan Steele, who I saw earlier here today, taking it in. I'm very happy. Out over the football, and we've got a substitution in now for LH. At the center position, Chris Hawk has moved in, and we got a whistle down below. Josh Grant on the sideline being attended to, may have injured an ankle or a toe. We're not sure. There's timeout on the field with the score 12-0. We'll be back with more right after this break. Following the timeout, Andy Abraham has had his say with his ball club, and LH the last time tried to throw for the two. Edwards is going to roll left, naked reverse. Can he get to the corner? He does, and scores. So Wes Edwards, with a nice job, stepped out of a tackle at the 5-yard line, goes in for the two-point conversion, make it 14-0. Tee it up. Richardson standing deep. On the near side, the end man will be number 33, Jason Palermo. Just inside of him, you've got Vince Teaberry, Chris Beener, number 25. Then you come to Franks. Then you come to Baker. The kick is away very high and very short. This one may go out of bounds, and does. It goes out at the 30, and they may bring this out to the 40-yard line. I'm not sure. The old rule, I remember years ago, an offside call on a kickoff, ball out of bounds. They usually spotted it at the 40, but I think they're going to make him kick it over and penalize him 5 yards. Laurel, Wilson across the way. You've got Anderson and then Baker on the end. The kick is away, this time straight down the middle. And Richardson will get it at the 22, 25, 30. Pierce in hot pursuit, and they'll get to him as he crosses the 34-yard line. Pierce got there late. Baker, I think, was the initial contact man downfield on the coverage, and as they untangle, indeed it was number 34, Chris Baker, on the hit. So it'll be 1st down and 10 now, Raiders with the ball. Clock running at the 6:55 mark, opening quarter. Baker will come to the sideline, and McClellan will check in. Try and set that deep secondary for you. Looks like Jason Palermo and Brian Steele are deep as the safeties, with Brain along with Arian Burrell on the corners. And I think we're short somebody. They're trying to get someone out of there, or now they're going to move him off to the sideline. No, we're set. LH against the Raiders. 14-0 ball game. Under center. Looks like it's Richardson again. No, it's Showman. Pitch will go to the right side. And on the carry comes Oliver Scott. He cuts it back upfield. He may go. He's to the 50. He's to the 45-yard line, and he has got a Red Raider first down. Poor job of tackling right there. First carry of the night for Oliver Scott on the short side pitch. And he picks up 25 yards or so. And the clock running at the 6:10 mark. First down and 10. It's at the 43-yard line. Nice carry that time by Oliver Scott. Ball is spotted, hash mark to the right side. You've got sideline right, open field to the left side. Across the way, the junior high cheerleaders in front of the student body, trying to fire up the crowd, and all things considered, pretty nice turnout on hand here. This is a fine crop of 7th and 8th graders. Good squad. First down and 10 now. Showman. Second back is Richardson. He cuts up inside, and down he goes. McClellan on the hit. And I believe Scott Brain came up also from the secondary. Short gain of about 2. Second down now and 8. Okay, second down now. 9 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Raiders trail 14-0. Robbie Showman. No, they're going to switch again. It's Richardson as your quarterback. He's going to roll left, looking for blocking. Stops, turns upfield. He's at the 45 and driven out of bounds. And Brain across the way, and I think that's McClellan. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, number 70 also over there to run him out of bounds. Kevin Olick, number 57, comes out over the ball. Running formation on 3rd and long. I'm sure the Raiders are going to put it up. And they're going to option down the right side and hand it off up the inside. Pierce with a big-time hit as they get to number 54, Oliver Scott. Pierce. Bosnick was also there. Roberto Franks, and a new number Number 75, Josh Wally, also in there. Wally, the defensive tackle, an 8th grader, will check to the sideline now. 4th down, and we'll call it 7. Ball spotted at the 40. Clock running with 4:24 to go, and the Raiders are going to take a charge timeout. Raiders will kick it away, and from the 40-yard line, it'll be Richardson. He'll hit this one about midfield, and I think it's Chris Baker, who is the single safety. Here's the snap, a good one, and he can't handle it. Now he's going to look for running room to the right side, and he's to the 50, retreats, and finally down the sideline. I don't think he got the first down. No, he stepped out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Let's say now at the 38. So LH got a break there. Had he not stepped out, he would have moved the change. Good snap that time to Richardson. He just couldn't handle it. He's out over the football. He is moved in place of Josh Grant, who was injured on the sideline. 1st down and 10 now for Edwards. Second back through Baker, dips low. He's to the 40. He's to the 35, or 45 rather, and crosses to the 47 for a 9-yard gain. Nice quick hitter that time by Baker. Up from the secondary comes Richardson and number 54, Oliver Scott. Gain on the play, we'll give him 8. Call it 2nd down and 2. Baker lowering the shoulder very well that time. Made the cut and turned it upfield for a tough 8-yard gain. Hash mark left. You've got wide side of the field to the right. Mustangs come out over the football. Mike Gapone, the left tackle, gets out and set. Got a wingback set to the right. And Edwards is going to throw, fires quickly, complete the steal, and he's got the first down. Richardson is there to slam him back to midfield, but not before the Mustangs pick up 6 yards and a first down. Clock continues to run. Mustangs now with another first down have picked up unofficially 6 already. And the clock moving. Ball spotted beyond midfield. First reception of the night on this side of the ball for Brian Steele. He caught one going the other way defensively. An interception and a 43-yard return for a touchdown. Bosnick going to split out there much as a lonesome end. And he better get up on the line. And he does. First down and 10. Edwards rolling right. Going to look for Bosnick deep. Firing upfield. It's on the money if he's there. The catch is good inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. Great throw by Edwards as he threw from the 47-yard line down the right sideline to Bosnick, who made a fine grab. There's where the size makes the difference. The catch coming at the 17-yard line, I believe. So a pickup on the play. We'll try and set it here. About 30 yards, I would think. So we're close to a 30-yard pickup that time. And LH moves to another first down. Gives him 7 now. Fine throw by Edwards and a great catch, leaping catch by the big boy Bosnick. It is inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Edwards is out and set. Has his ball club in a full house. Handoff will go to Franks. Roberto breaks the tackle, loses the football, and the Raiders are on it. Recovered at the 17, and let's see who got on it. Still can't get the number. Number 70 made the recovery for Uniontown, Kenny Ryan. Timeout on the field. We'll be right back. Uniontown with the ball at their own 17-yard line. Here's the pitch back to Richardson. Looks for running room, and Pierce is right there to lower the boom. Pierce and Brain on the hit. Roberto Franks also sliding down the line. Short gain, if any. Minute 39 remaining, and we have got a 14-0 ball game. Closing minutes of the second quarter. Ball game moving right along. Less than a half hour of actual clock time elapsed here, and we've almost gotten through one half of action. Kevin Olick comes out over the football, and it is Bob Showman, the quarterback. Wide receiver set right. Baker will cover him. They're going to pitch, and they're going to run a reverse. They'll get it to the left side to Scott. Looks for running room. Brain comes up and will make the tackle at the 25-yard line. Nice play that time as Brain stayed at home and made the tackle. Following the 7-yard gain on the reverse. They're looking at 3rd and short now. 3rd and about 3. I formation set, and they're going to pitch it to the left side. Richardson turns upfield, and McClellan makes the hit. You can see the big number 70 streak across. Make contact, and as they untangle, also there for LH, Vince Teaberry. whose dad Mario is here taking the action in. T-Berry will come to the sideline. And we've got timeout. I think this will be charged to LH. 42 seconds to go. LH wants the ball back one more time. Town looking at 4th and short. Looks like they're going to go for it. Showman under center. They're going to pitch it back to the right side. Richardson being pursued, and Pierce will get to him. Nice play that time by Chris. He was able to pursue, get right into it, and make the stop. And now if LH has a timeout, they'd be wise to take it right here. LH will take control of this football. 1st down and 10. You don't want to huddle right now, but they are going to do so. This will eat up a good 10 or 12 seconds. 1st down and 10. LH holding defensively, and getting in late at the last second comes number 60, Larry Sweats. This could be the final play as Edwards is out and set. West is going to roll to the left side, pitch it back to Baker. He's at the 20, cuts and get out of bounds, and he will. Nice hard running by Baker as he turned it upfield. Moving from the 22 inside the 15, spot it near the 14 and give him 8 yards on the play. So with 10 seconds remaining, what LH wants to do right now is throw it into the end zone. 2nd down and 2. Baker picks up 8 on the play. Chris Hawk out over the football. Edwards now has twin wideouts set to the left side. Burrell is left as a flanker in the slot. It's Brain, and Edwards is going to look left. Now up over the middle, man wide open. Steele broken down at the last minute. Scott on a fine play, got there late. But better late than never for the Raiders' sake, because Steele had come wide open. Fine throw by Edwards, but good job by Scott to knock it down. Defensive foul. This will be the last play of the half. 5 seconds to go. Edwards is going to air it out, no question about it. Drop back, fires quickly to the outside, and not enough. Got it to Brain, and Scott made the catch at the 8-yard line, and that'll do it. Gain on the play of about 5, and we've come to the end of the opening half of action here from South Union Stadium, the home of the Mustangs. The final game of the 1991 junior high school season, and we've got a 14-0 Laurel Highlands lead. We'll be back with some halftime stats. LH wasted little time. They took the opening kickoff, drove downfield, got a 25-yard touchdown pass. Edwards hooking up with Arian Burrell. PAT was no good. LH led it 6-0, and then early in the second quarter, a 43-yard interception return for a touchdown by Brian Steele. Kick away is a beauty by McClellan. This one may go to the end zone, and does. So a fine kick by McClellan as he boomed it over everybody down in the end zone. As we started to tell you, the 43-yard interception return by Steele for a touchdown at the 7:09 of the second quarter, and then Wes Edwards on a quarterback bootleg for the 2-point conversion to make it a 14-0 score, and that's where we stand right now, just underway third quarter. The clock showing exactly 8 minutes remaining. The ball was not touched offensively in the field of play, and consequently, no time off the clock. Bobby Showman has alternated with Chris Richardson as the quarterback. And as they come out over the ball, the Raiders send Kevin Olick as your center. Number 12, Showman, is the quarterback. Richardson in the power eye, dots the eye. And handoff will go up inside, I believe, to Oliver Scott. Might have the 21-yard line before he is cut down. Making the hit initially for the Mustangs, number 88, Mike Bosnick. And I believe number 60, Larry Sweats, also in on the tackle. 2nd down now and about 9. Sweats has moved in as the nose tackle in place of Roberto Franks, who's getting a little bit of a breather on the sideline, I believe. 2nd down now. Quarterback slips it up inside. Big running room for Scott, and he's got the 1st down. Gain of 8, and he should have the nose of the ball right at the 30-yard line. Burrell on the tackle, the clock running. 1st down now and 10. Okay, 1st down and 10 now. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Uniontown picking up a 1st and 10 after the fine run on 2nd down. Deep handoff, it's on the ground. Showman gets it back, and nice tackle that time. There's the way you hit as Brain came up and laid the shoulder. Fine job that time. Scott Brain, number 22, 8th grade cornerback. Good open field hit and a loss of 13. Looking now at 2nd down and 23. Now 2nd and 23. Richardson is the deep back in the eye. They got a slot set right. They're going to pitch it to Richardson. He wants to throw, and he does, and almost picked off. Diving effort on the corner, and Jason Palermo, if he comes up with that one, might have 6. Good job by Palermo as he closed very well and batted the ball away. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 23. Long. Defensive secondary shows Steele back off the ball about 14 yards or so. A little bit of a prevent right here, and Uniontown moves. Dead ball foul. Their left end came up off the ball. Palermo and Steele, your deep safeties. Penalty dead ball will move it back 5 more and bring up 3rd and about 28. Of quarter number 3, we've got a 14-0. Laurel Highlands 7th and 8th grade team on top as they lead the Raiders. Uniontown backed up inside their own 15. They're going to pitch it wide to Richardson. He looks for the corner. Bosnick is there to make the hit. Very short gain as Bosnick did a fine job, fought off the block, and then turned it inside where he had some pursuit. Pierce was there to lend a hand, but that was all Bosnick as he was able to fight off the interference, make the tackle, and bring up 4th down and long. And the line of scrimmage out near the 15-yard line. Baker stands near the 40. Snaps a good one. Punts away end over end. Baker trying to get it on a dead run. Retreats. Picks it up. He comes to the 40. Looks for a block. Cuts left now. Turns it up inside to the 30. He may go. He's got one man to beat, and he is run down at the 18-yard line. Fine return. Chris Baker went right, went left, and then came back up the middle, and the punter Richardson saved a touchdown. It'll be 1st down and 10 now. LH at the 18-yard line. If Baker gets that ball on the dead run, he may score because he took a gamble, came up and went for the catch on the fly. And if he handles it cleanly, he had a wall and might well have been able to put that one away. 1st down and 10 now. Baker dots the I. Franks and Brain up in front of him in a full house, 2 tight end power running set. Edwards going to slip it off to Baker, rolls in behind the block of Franks, and he will go to the 15 in a gain of about 3. Right in behind Roberto Franks, Baker took it up inside and got about 3. 15, 2nd down and about 7 at the 3:50 mark here. Steele splits out very wide. He's 20 yards wide, set to the right side, right at the sideline. Back to throw Edwards, looking, firing short over the middle, almost intercepted. You got a flag coming in. This may be interference. Trying to get it to Steele, who ran a deep square in and was bumped at the 5-yard line and inside the 5, and we got a flag. The Raiders, and a half the distance, puts the ball at the 8-yard line, where it is 1st down now and goal to go. This time the big boy, Bosnick, splits very wide to the right side. Edwards, under center, going to get it up, and it's picked off. Taken out of there by Richardson. He retreats to the 5, and Burrell will drill him at the 2-yard line. Richardson on the INT. Edwards was under a big rush that time and trying to get it into the middle of the field, and Richardson picked it off right there. 1st down and 10 Raiders. He's backed up deep in their own territory after the turnover. It's inside the 5 at the 4. Richardson rolls right, wants to throw, and does, and you may get interference back upfield. No. Good job by Jason Palermo going for the football. And the pass ball is incomplete at the 20-yard line. Palermo, one-on-one coverage. Going for the ball, incidental contact, brings up 2nd and 10. 10, the ball inside the 5 at the 4. Raiders in very poor field position. And I'll tell you, we're just going to wait till they unfoul. Very short gain on the play. And it looked like Bosnick was leaping over the top, and indeed he was. McClellan was also there. And Pierce, I'll tell you, there's 3 loads for you. Pierce, a big kid, tough kid. Bosnick, about 6'2", and McClellan also over 6 foot. And they got to the quarterback after a gain of a yard. Third down now and 9. Is to run down to 220. And they got a motion. Now they'll set up wide out right. And Pierce is just waiting in the hole to close it down. Big time hit by Chris. And it's inside the 5 and a loss on the play. Bring up 4th down and long. Richardson will kick it away from deep in his own end zone. Baker should get a good return out of this one. The kick's away very high. Chris comes up, should get it on the fly and does. At the 25, looks for the corner, cuts inside the 20, and gets to the outside now and almost takes it all the way. Finally ridden down at the 16-yard line, actually inside the 16, crossing the 15 to the 14-yard line. Fine return by Baker. He got the high kick and came up the middle, slipped a tackle, got to the outside, 1st and 10. 15 right at the 14-yard line. Baker gets the call. Baker finds the hole. Baker may find the end zone and does. Chris Baker broke 2 tackles inside the 10-yard line. He goes in standing up, and from 14 yards out, the Mustangs have scored at the 52nd mark of the 3rd quarter, and they've blown it wide open now, moving it out to a 20-0 lead. LH going for 2. Edwards is out. Edwards is set. West is going to slip it to Baker, and he'll hit into the middle of the line, and he moves the line for the 2-point conversion. So Chris Baker, with the touchdown, comes right back and adds 2, and we have got now a 22-0 lead. Last time he put it in the end zone, this one's a little squibber. This one will go out of bounds and cost him 5. Well, we got a quick minute running down the halftime stats. LH picked up 7 first downs initially in that first half. Chris Baker, 4 rushes for 35 yards. Wes Edwards dumped once for a 3-yard loss. Roberto Franks had 2 carries for 5. Burrell on a reverse was dropped for a 7-yard run. And on the first play of the game, Chris Pierce carried the ball and picked up 12 yards. Passing-wise, Edwards was 4 for 6 and 1 TD. Burrell, a 25-yard gain steal, a grab for 6. Bosnick, a 30-yarder, and Brain, a 5-yarder. Mark Edwards keeping the stats here for us this evening. As we move now towards twilight here, 1st down and 10. Raiders with the ball at the 35-yard line. Pitch will go to the right side, and I think it's Scott, and Pierce is waiting. Pierce is right there to track him down, and along with Pierce, you've got Vincent T-Berry. 35 seconds and counting. Vince T-Berry, 8th grader, who came up through the Midget League program here, as I would think 99, if not 100% of these kids out there this afternoon for LH participated in the Laurel Highlands Midget League program here. Could be the final play of the quarter. Inside 10 seconds when they get it off. And the handoff goes up inside. The fake to the outside. Here comes Richardson to the corner. He may go. He's to the 40. He's to the midfield stripe and stepped out of bounds. Otherwise, he's gone. We've come to the end of the quarter, and we have got a 22-0 lead, and Uniontown will get the ball right at midfield when we come back, 1st and 10. Baker back there, and Willie White, number 10. They are the 2 deep secondary men. Under center, Showman. Going to pitch to Richardson. Richardson looks to cut back in, dips in, now goes outside, steps by a tackle, and is driven out of bounds. Scott Brain in hot pursuit. Forced him to the outside, and a short gain on the play as he crosses midfield. 2nd down now. Still, well, actually, they're going to say he did not get to midfield, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Right at midfield, 4th and final quarter, 22-0 ball game. LH on top. And they're going to run a reverse. Slip it off to Scott. Scott turns to the outside and slips as he goes down. Good job on the corner of containment. A.J. Wilson held his ground well and forced the play. So that brings up 3rd down now and about 14. 7-minute mark of the 4th and final quarter. Bosnick, stand-up defensive end with Wilson to the right side. They're going to put it up for grabs. Down the sideline, incomplete. Good coverage. Mookie John, number 41, and Willie White on the coverage. And the pass downfield was intended for Javon Waller. Ball's incomplete. That should bring up 4th down and 14. It'll be 4th down, and I think Uniontown's going to go for it. 4th and 14. Baker's back deep, a good 25 yards, and they're going to go for it. They're going to pitch it to the right side and throw it back to the quarterback, and Wilson is there to make the hit. Fine play by A.J. as he was able to hold his ground, running the reverse to the right side and then the throw back to the quarterback. The pass completion gains a yard, and LH will take over on down. It's with the ball. This could be the last crack for the first-team offense. Edwards is out. Edwards is set. And they're going to run a reverse. They are, and here comes Burrell. Burrell to the 50, and down he goes. Fine defensive play. And down there to make the stop, number 79, Chris Guess. That one looked as if it could pop big, but Guess was there to make the hit. Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Okay, Lee Landman is checked in as the left side tackle, and looking down there at the left guard position, Jason Burnsworth. The middle of the field, the center, is Chris Hawk, and Edwards is back. Edwards is set. Edwards is going down on a sack at midfield. Good pressure, and again it was Guess along with Showman, and they get to him at midfield. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 13. And LH with Pearson McClellan on the right side of the line. So that completes the interior guys. I'd like to give them a plug because you don't hear or read a lot about the linemen, but they're the ones that make it go. Here comes the pitch to the left side. Brain turns upfield. He breaks it at the 40, into the secondary. He's running free. He may go. He's at the 35-30. One man to beat. Cuts at the 25. He is on his way. He's going the distance. 50 yards on the play. Beautiful cutback that time by Scott Brain. He went down the left sideline, cut back into the middle of the field, stepped out of a couple tackles, and it was all she wrote. As in hot pursuit, a defensive lineman, Jack Chirby, no way is he going to win that foot race as Brain goes the distance for the touchdown. They go for 2, and the handoff up inside, they got it, and I think it was Brain again? No. On the carry that time for LH, Kyle Rooker, number 23, for the touchdown. LH on top, 30-0, and the kick is a good one. McClellan booms it, and this one will hit inside the 10. Richardson hoping this thing gets to the end zone, and boy, did he take a gamble. That is a free ball. And Richardson gambling, and finally it just did trickle across the goal line. Chris Baker was down there, would have covered it inside the 5. That's a free ball. 1st and 10 Raiders. Down and 10 now for the Raiders at the 20-yard line. LH with wholesale substitutions defensively. Number 42 is in there as a defensive end, Mike Bendis. Also in there, Dan Hickson, number 82. Handoff goes up inside, and a big-time hit. Making the play is Mike Baggett as big number 74 comes across, makes the tackle, and a Raider may have been shaken up. Comes to a sitting position and evidently going to be okay. 2nd down now and 10. Looks like some of the Raider substitutions have also checked in along that offensive line. 4 minutes to go. 30-0 ball game. Handoff will go to Richardson. Dipping to the left side. Steps out of one tackle. He's at 35-40. He may go. Midfield. He's at the 40. 35-30 and on his way. And no flags. He'll take it the distance. Richardson goes the distance, 80 yards for the score, and Uniontown is broken through, making it a 30-6 ball game out there. So they got to get some people out of there. And, okay, coming to the sideline, Willie White shaken up. And if I'm not mistaken, he is the backup quarterback in behind Wes Edwards. So interesting to see who LH will go to, as I'm sure they'll have the second-team offense out there. Going for two. Here come the Raiders. Showman, option left, fakes, hands it to Richardson, and he's in standing up. 30-8, 3:42 to go. We'll be back with the kickoff. Richardson will tee it up. Look for the onside kick here, and LH has their first team receiving unit out on the field. Kick is away. Good high kick. Baker will field it at the 23. 25, 30, up the middle, 35, and nice open field tackle. And Baker cut down as he gets to the 38-yard line. Fine defensive play by Dave Noggle. And LH will put it in play, the clock running with 3:33 to go. And out there, the second unit offensively, and that'll include Willie White as your quarterback. Trying to get the number of the young man that come out over the ball as the center. As moving in behind center will be Willie White. First down and 10. Ball is at the 38-yard line. Long count. And the pitch will come to Beener, and he's not going anywhere. Good defensive play by the Raiders. Coming through virtually untouched was Clifford Tracy, and a loss of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 15. Clock running to 2.5 now. Behind center, and he'll look at a 2nd down and 16. Left side moves, and that'll cost the Mustangs a couple of yards. Set that offensive line. Dan Hickson is your left end. Scott Hall, number 67, I believe, is the left tackle. Left guard is number 74, Mike Baggett. I still think Hawk is in there as the center, 51. He has had to go most of the way tonight. The normal starting center, Josh Grant, went down early with an ankle problem. We'll try and set Lee Landman as your right tackle. I can see that. 64. We'll try and set that right guard for you momentarily. Raiders jump, no flag. Pitch will go to the right side. It's on the ground. And Uniontown may well have gotten on it. Let's look and see as they untangle. And I think Uniontown has recovered. Ball being spotted at the 20-yard line. Down and 10 now for the Raiders. And offensively, they will have it at the 20-yard line. Dan Adams, number 40, goes into that secondary. Scott Hall, number 67, being called back to the sideline. And also now in there is a defensive end, Chris Sabatula, number 63. New quarterback in for the Raiders. We'll try and set everything for you. They'll pitch it, and it goes now to Scott. He reverses, coming right, looking for running room, and going to be driven out of bounds. Clock may continue to run. They got to him at the 12-yard line. Nice open field tackle. Coming up was Willie White on the hit for the Mustangs. Also there, number 41 for LH, Mark John. Clock is running at the 48-second mark. 11 seconds remaining, or at the 11-yard line, rather, with 41 seconds to go. 35 and counting. Raiders come out over it. Kenny Meadows, number 76, is in there right now as your quarterback. And he's going to pitch it, and Scott's going to cut. He's to the 5, he's to the 4, and he's going to be very close as they move it inside the 5-yard line. Good hard charge by Oliver Scott. Clock is down to 14 seconds. They may not get a play off. And let's see if Uniontown takes a timeout. No. Clock is continuing to run. It's down to 11, down to 10 seconds and counting. They may get a play off here. Down to 6 seconds, and they'll get it off. Meadows on the pitch to Scott. Scott cuts, and he'll not get in, but let's see the flag. Horn goes off. They will penalize Laurel Highlands half the distance on a face mask. So Uniontown will get one more pop. And the clock is showing triple zeros, but you cannot end the game or a half on a defensive foul. So Uniontown will get one more pop. Pitch will go to Scott. He turns it up inside, and he won't get there. Good, fine defensive play by number 35, Johnny Anderson, to cut him down short. That'll do it. 30-8 final score. Uniontown losing to LH. Mustangs finish at 4-1 very quickly. The highlights and scoring plays. First quarter, 25-yard pass, Wes Edwards to Arian Burrell. The PAT was no good. LH led it 6-0. 7:09 in the second quarter, 43-yard interception return for a TD by Brian Steele. Wes Edwards on a 2-yard keeper for the 2-point PAT, 14-0. Then in the third quarter, just underway, Chris Baker goes 14 yards. Baker for the 2-point conversion. LH led it 22-0. Then at 4:28 of the fourth quarter, a 50-yard run by Brain, and Scott took it the distance from the midfield stripe. Kyle Rooker, the 2-point conversion, that made it 30-0. And then an 80-yard run by Richardson for Uniontown's only score. The PAT was no good. And the final score here, 30-8. And the Laurel Highlands Junior High Mustangs finish at a very impressive 4-1. Uniontown falls to 3-3. And I want to thank my cameraman here to my left, Bob Baker, and my stat man to my right, Mark Edwards, for all the help they gave us making this possible. Glad we could be here. Hope you enjoyed it.